Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so today's video is going to be a discussion video because I don't have any projects I can show you this week. But I'm going to try to make videos every week, if I can, like I talked about in my last video, discussing topics that come up in my life pretty regularly. And this is one of the top topics, the top subjects. I don't know what to say here. And it's about how I stay my weight and the size that I stay so that I can do these droid things. So I can fit in these droid costumes any day of the week. You can call me up and say, hey, can you be in this droid costume today or tomorrow? And I don't have to go, oh, I need a week to slim down and like cut back so I can lose a little bit of weight to fit. I want to always be able to fit in these droids all the time. For 10 years now, I've been doing this and staying this size. And so the topic comes up regularly. I am a magnet for people that want to talk about diet stuff, whether it's them losing weight and then gaining it back, or the diets that they're trying to do, or the way the lifestyle things they're trying to change to lose weight. Or they'll talk to me about like, how do you do it? Which is about 25% of the time. And the other 40% is them assuming what I do to stay the size I do, and just like saying things to me, showing me that they're making assumptions about how I stay this size. And I'll try to correct them, like, that's not how I do it. I eat like this, and that is how I stay the size. Like, no, you exercise all the time. We see you. But like I said, I get dismissed constantly. I wanted to make a video about this for a very long time, and I would start to make it, and I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. People aren't going to believe me because I'm out on a bike all the time, or I'm out running all the time. I was doing easily 5 days a week of pretty intense cardio work. Like I was running, marathon distances semi-regularly, half marathon distances probably once or twice a week, multiple and being on the bike for 50 plus miles multiple times a week. And people would just assume that's how I was staying thin. And I would tell them, I'm like, that is not what keeps me this size. That is for my fitness. That is so that I have endurance and some strength. So that if I'm in one of these costumes and I have to be in it for a whole day or multiple days, that I don't hit some point of fatigue and have to take a break when it's a bad moment. I don't want to be that guy. And I also don't want to be the guy with the belly that barely fits in the suit, to the point where when he gets on a TV show, he can't shut the costume properly. I don't want to be that guy. I want to stay this size all the time. And because I've been doing this now for 10 years, and mind you, I lost weight. When I got the costume, when I started to build the C-3PO costume, I lost weight so that I would be able to fit. I was 157 when I initially started to buy some of the pieces. I'd been heavier than that. I was at like 165 prior to that. But as a 157 when I decided I was going to lose weight to fit in the C-3PO costume. And I got down to 140. And that was just a heap of hard work to get down to that point. And once I was there, I didn't want to slip back up and head back up. And it was going to be difficult. So I needed to figure out a way that was going to keep me the size that I'm at with minimal effort. Because I have terrible discipline when it comes to eating. Terrible. So trying to do some diet where I'm restricting myself all the time, I can't do that. So I'm like, all right, I have to figure out what it is I can eat all the time, whenever I want, just if I feel like snacking. I don't want to have to look at the calorie content. I'm just going to pick up food and eat it and not have to worry about it. And the trick to that, and here's the whole spoiler for the whole thing, it's a high carbohydrate, low fat vegan diet. That's what I eat. Now you don't have to do the vegan thing, but the high carbohydrate, low fat is super important. It is super important to stay satiated, stay the same weight, have lots of energy. I think anybody that knows me would tell you I have a lot of energy all the time. And then the fact that I was doing so much cardio work all the time is kind of a testament to that. But the reason why I'm making this video right now is so much more validating than it would have been a year ago, is because I injured my knee last May. You see my cool scar there? I've had 3 surgeries in the last year. So it's May 2nd right now when I'm making this video. May 2nd, 2021. On May 19th of 2020, I injured my knee. And in the last year, I have done eight activities that I would consider worthy exercise of any kind of weight loss. 8. And five of those days were in September of last year. And then my knee got bad again. I had another surgery. And then I'm just now getting back on a bike to where I can do exercise. I've had 3 rides that I would consider kind of exercise. And they're shorter than the rides I was doing prior to hurting my knee. So in the last year, 8 times, basically no exercise. 8 times in a whole year is basically nothing. That's what I would do in a week and a half, typically, before I injured myself. So I think this validates the point of the way I eat is why I stay the size I stay. Because I didn't change my diet at all. I actually have lost weight since it started because I've lost muscle because I haven't been doing exercise. My fitness level has come down a bit because I haven't been doing exercise. So I average 140 all the time, and right now I'm 134. I've lost 6 pounds of muscle just not doing any activities. But I'm still scrawny, skinny little arms, so I can fit in those costumes all the time. And it's all because of diet. Now, this is the thing that I get frustrated with when people tell me like, "Oh, I'm gonna cut out the bread," and I'm trying not to eat so much sugar. I'm like, those aren't the things that are making you fat. Those are not the things that are making you fat. The things that are making you fat is all the oily crap that you're eating. And the only way to really combat those types of fats is you either have to be in a major calorie deficit, you have to be doing insane amounts of exercise, or you have to be in ketosis, which is way harder to really do a proper keto diet than people think. It takes a high level of discipline to do that properly, and it's not good for your body to do that long term. So I don't recommend doing that. I mean, if someone's trying to lose some weight, maybe that's a thing you could do for a little bit, but I don't recommend doing long-term keto diets. Bad news. But anyway, the thing is that I think people don't really understand is that carbohydrate versus fat. The carbohydrate has only 40% of the calories of fat. So if you're trying to lose weight or maintain your weight, you're going to be able to eat way more carbohydrate than you can fat, and you're going to feel satiated. So you feel full. So if you eat a big bowl of rice, which is essentially sugar, you eat a big bowl of rice, you feel full. But if you eat the same weight in oil, it's way less, and it's more than twice the amount of calories. Like a pound of oil, like a vegetable oil, you have to eat 2.5 pounds of sugar to get the same calories as that 1 pound of oil. And then neither one of those is good. I don't recommend either end of that spectrum. But just to make the point, like if you're just watching calories, 2.5 pound pile of sugar versus a little pound of oil, which is going to make you feel full briefly, but you're going to feel hungry again later because your stomach doesn't stretch, and there's nerves in your stomach that detect when it's been stretched to a point, so you feel full, feel satiated. So that is kind of the mindset behind this whole thing. And like I said, I'm trying to keep this wrapped up. I could do an entire YouTube channel based on this content, diets and how I eat and the nuances of why I do what I do. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry, guys. This channel will stay a channel where I build things and make stuff, but covering topics, that's the whole point of today's video. But yeah, that's how it is. And like I said, because of the knee surgery, I feel like it's completely validated my point to all the people who blew me off when I said this before. And they're like, oh, well, you can eat all that pasta because you're going to be running and you're going to be riding your bike and you're just going to burn off those. I'm like, no, this is why. But here's the thing. If you're going to do a high carb, low fat diet, don't think, oh, I can eat bread and pasta and then put a bunch of cheese on your pasta or a bunch of butter on your bread. Or if you eat potatoes, like potatoes are amazing because they're so filling, but season them. Don't put butter on them. Don't put cream cheese. Don't put cheese on them because those are fats. So people eat a bunch of potatoes like, I'm gaining weight. You said potatoes aren't going to make me fat. I'm like, what are you putting on potatoes? Like, oh, sour cream and cheese. I'm like, the sour cream and cheese is making you fat, not the potato. You can't eat too many potatoes and gain weight. You can eat as many potatoes as you want and you will lose weight, guaranteed, unless you put fat on them. So I get in this argument with people all the time. But like I said, I am a year into almost no exercise. I weigh less than I did when I started eating a high carbohydrate diet. I think it's like I said, a good time for me to make this video. Anyway, sorry it's off topic of my regular stuff. I will be back on that soon. I should probably make some... Should I do this? Yeah, I should probably make some like clickbaity thumbnail thumbnail here. This is gonna be embarrassing, but I think I'm gonna... Yeah, so if you saw the thumbnail, I'm sorry. And mind you, I am not at good fitness right now. I'm a year out from doing exercise. So if I post a thumbnail where you can see me without a shirt or something, know that that's me without exercise for a year. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully this is helpful to some people, and hopefully, like I said, it validates the point, because people will just blow it off. I keep saying it, but it is. People just blow it off because, oh, you exercise too much. But it's not. It's not the exercise. It's the diet. And long term, 10 years of being this weight, after losing weight, staying this weight for 10 years consistently. And I'm telling you, it's the easiest way. I can eat in the middle of the night. I don't even look at calorie content. I pick up packages. If it's not whole food that's I know is good, fresh fruit and vegetables, if I pick up a package of something that's processed, which processed isn't great, but if you look at it and the fat content's really low, that's really good. If it's like 5% or higher, I'm like, maybe I'll pass that one today. And that's pretty much what I do all the time. Low fat. That's it. Low fat, high carb, low fat. That's it. All right, guys, have fun. Leave your crazy comments below. I'll try to respond. Maybe I'll even make a follow-up video if it deserves one. Something's deserving. But I'm 10 years into this, so I think it's working all right. All right, guys, have fun. Later. Bye.